Good morning, everybody. This is you could probably call this my part two of my little rant about the whole season of you shouldn't be stacking this, you should only be stacking that, and don't stack this because you shouldn't, and you should only stack that. Uh, One of our YouTube content creators was kind of pushing the don't stack poured silver. Okay, well, there's different kinds of poured silver, and there's different kinds of poured metals. And yeah, I've purchased my fair share. I've been gifted quite a bit, and I keep it in this little box that I received as part of my Secret Santa from Check Stacker. And as you can see, it's not just silver in there, but you know what? Hey, I like this stuff, and I've got stuff here that I've been gifted and stuff that I've bought from members in the community. And there's a couple of places that I've bought poured silver from that's how these individuals make their livings. I got I don't remember the weight on this. My scale is not within reach at the moment. But this is a copper pour that Stacker Man's Rabbit Hole did. It's gorgeous. I love it. It's cool to look at. It's something different. And as is the case with all of this poured stuff, this is people taking their time, putting their blood, sweat, and tears and creativity into making something. And I support that. That's great. So there's a copper pour there. I've got and this I've shown several times, but for my new followers, Thule did this and gifted it to me. And yes, that's 1.5 ounces of aluminum that she poured last year. And every once in a while, you'll see me ship her the pull thingies from pop cans. Well, this is what she does with it. She takes trash and turns it into art. Yeah, I'm glad to have that. People say, "Oh, well, aluminum's not a precious metal." Well, it should be, especially considering how much you pay for a Ford F-150, since they started building their trucks with aluminum instead of steel. And it also costs you twice as much when somebody hits your vehicle to get it repaired because it's aluminum. So it should be a precious metal, my opinion. And then I also have a little 9-gram hand poured copper button that Thule did and gifted me. I won a mystery, mystery giveaway at the end of a live stream that she and My Silver Journey did. And this was what I got. And again, I'm super happy to have it. Something that was made by somebody in the community, and cool stuff. Here's a T-Bear. Any of you that follow T the Silver Stacker, either on here or on Whatnot or both, you've seen these, and they go for we fight over these things when he puts them out there for auction. I think unless something's changed, I think Thule owns the record for the number of T-Bears she has. I was excited just to get one. And then we also have the infamous GPS round that Silverpunk did, and to celebrate April Fool's prank that 365 Days of Silver pulled on everybody. That was like classic. And he took the time and energy and all that to make these. And again, I'm happy to have it. Number 35 of 365. And it's even, It's even hallmarked. He had them hallmarked before he shipped them out. Let's see here. What else do I have? This is done. This is one that was done by Patriot Metals. He's a small business in Indiana. He does awesome work. I've got this one here. The 2A, and then I also have one that just has the U.S. seal on it. Patriot Metals. It's all poured. And you know what? Most of the stuff, I'm not trying to resell it. I'm not trying to get rid of it. It's stuff that I enjoy. So if you want to call it collectible, fine. You want to, whatever. But, my big thing is don't give people crap for what they like. Here's another one from Pit Bullion. This is how he makes his living. That's a 1 ounce round. He does a lot of cool stuff. Let me see here. We got here's one that Cranky did. Another member of the community. I've actually got a couple of his pours. Let me see here. We've got, here's the other one. And I mean, I can go on and on through this box. Here's one from Prospector Golden Gem. That's poured. It's part of how he makes his living. I've got that one, and then I've also got. I'll find it when I get to it. There's another one from Pit Bullion, one of Pro 2A, and the one that you saw a lot back during. Okay, it's here somewhere. Back during football season, another one from Pit Bullion. He did all the NFL teams, so of course I had to have my Lions. And these are all. This is all stuff that has been done not by machine, but with human hands, and melting the metal down and creating something with it. So, do I consider it stacking? No. Do I consider it collecting? Not really. This stuff is all going in my deep stack. It's not going anywhere. Here's some other little poured coins that Prospector's done. There's some quarter ounces and a half ouncer there. It's just it's the creativity. I love it. And to shake your finger at somebody for wanting to have this stuff, in their stack or collection. If you take it into a LCS, you're going to get spot, or maybe a little bit lower than spot for it, even no matter how cool it is. But my thought process on it is it's silver or copper, aluminum. But my main focus is the fact that these are done by people, not machines. They take the time to sand cast, or they take the time to, melt everything down and, make stuff out of it. Here's one, this guy here, he does phenomenal work. He's over in Scotland, pure Scottish silver. Those are made by hand, sand casted. That's not easy stuff. I mean, I've watched several. If you haven't watched any of Silverpunk's videos, you need to go over and subscribe and watch his videos when he pours. I mean, that you can't just pop in there and pour something. There's times where it takes you 5 or 6 tries. That takes time. And but yeah, if you're grabbing this stuff, don't let anybody tell you you're doing it wrong. I mean, yeah, you do definitely want to put some rounds, some sovereigns, some constitutional. You want to stack that, but this stuff doesn't hurt. I mean, yeah, you're going to pay more for it because of the fact that it's hand done. It's not mass produced. Like this is another Pit Bullion piece. He only makes so many of each one, and once they're gone, they're gone. But yeah, and then here's another pure Scottish silver. Yeah, he does them all shapes and sizes, but there you have it. And yes, some of the big name bullion people do make their own poured stuff. Here's a couple of these guys. Yeah, those are mass produced. They make tons of them. They're poured, but see, these don't count into what I'm getting at. So don't let them steer you away from this stuff. I mean, this is, to me, most of the time when I pick up something like this, when I buy it, it's a splurge. Because like I said, some of them can get pretty pricey. I mean, heck, this little 1 ouncer, these are usually run around $50. And these ones I got from Prospector Golden Gem, I got these on Whatnot, buck and go. So, and I know I paid less than what silver was at the time. So you can get lucky sometimes, but just don't totally blow it off. Just watch what you're doing, and like I said, every once in a while I'll splurge. Might have a couple extra bucks that I can put into silver, and I might find something really cool I like. That rifle I showed you guys the other day. That was a splurge. So don't let them discourage you from poured silver. Should poured silver be the centerpiece of your stack? No. But again, stack what you like, what you can afford, and don't let anybody shame you into doing otherwise. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up for today. This is a really long one. I hope you guys made it to the end, and we'll see you soon. Keep stacking, keep hunting, everybody. Have fun with it. See you in the next one. Mishy's out.